time for the Showstopper challenge with the theme of hometown. Harry Styles is from my hometown, Holmes Chapel. He used to work in the bakery, and from the bakery my favourite cake was a Battenberg. So today I'm going to attempt to make a Battenberg, which I've never made before, and with the theme of Harry Styles. So his current song is Watermelon Sugar. So I'm going to attempt to make the sponge pink with like chocolate chips, which is going to look like the watermelon seeds, and green marzipan to make the whole thing look like a watermelon, and then on top will be Harry Styles out of fondant icing. Cakes are ready to go in. 1 hour baking time. So now I'm going to need the marzipan, and I've added a small amount of green colouring to colour it to look like the outside of a watermelon. So I've been a complete idiot and realised I didn't colour my sponges. So I'm going to make one more, and then the Battenberg, rather than being 4 pink squares, will be 4 pink, pink, normal pink.
So I'm going to roll the pastry out. It's just been in the fridge to chill out for a minute. Going to roll it out into the shape of this tin, and then we're going to pop it back into the fridge to cool down again. Ooh, it's just starting to stick a little bit. Looking pretty good. Right, we're going to put this in the fridge, let it chill out. We're going to preheat the oven, and then we're going to blind bake it, then put the frangipane in, and then bake it with that in. So I'll catch you then. So the pastry's gone in the oven. I've now got the almond frangipane in as well, and that's the fig that I put down that's made to look like gravel, in a bit of a fancy pattern. I don't know if it's gonna look like gravel or not, but this is gonna go in the oven for 40 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna make the jelly and the meringue to go on top. So I'll keep you updated with what it looks like. So we've got the frangipane with the figs on top in the oven at the moment. They've got about 6 minutes left, and they're looking really good. We've got the egg whites for the meringue in here with a little bit of cream of tartar. We're gonna put this onto whisk on a low speed, and then we're gonna slowly introduce the sugar in a minute, hopefully. I've tried to get all the grease off from the butter, otherwise it won't beat properly and it won't come to stiff peaks, but I'll let you know how I'm getting on in a minute. I'm going to try and make building blocks out of it, so it's going to look a bit like a bridge when it's all put together. I'm going to try and make them higher on one side, then taper down, so that when I put them up, it makes like a ellipse, I guess. I think I'm going to try and make them circular. I don't think a square will work. but I'm going to go for try and go for somewhere in between the two. I'll try and show you as I'm going along, but if not, I will show you once I've done it. I'm also trying to keep them quite rugged because it's meant to be like an old bridge, I guess. I'm not too fussed about them being identical shapes and sizes. Right, I have just pulled apart my meringue nests, taken them out of the oven, dried them out, whatever, and I've stuck them together with more meringue. I don't know if you can see, but this is my bridge. I'm going to stick it back into the oven for about 20 minutes, hopefully. And fingers crossed, God, I really hope that the meringue sticks the whole bridge together. And then we can put it on the tart in a minute. Done. I'm so chuffed with how that turned out. I had grand ambitions of making a meringue bridge and the blue jelly in it for it to look like a lake. But to be honest, I didn't know it was going to turn out like that. I'm really, really chuffed. I'm exhausted as well. That Showstopper took about 3 hours. Non-stop and so stressful, so I didn't get to film much. The jelly setting was a real pain, but yeah, we got there. So this is what it looks as a side profile. It's a funny looking cake, I'll give you that, but we'll see how it tastes. I've really enjoyed this, really enjoyed the bake-off, so yeah, cheers guys.
Hello, for the cake round I'm going to attempt something quite big. So I'm from Wantage in Oxfordshire, and Wantage is best known for being the birthplace of King Alfred, who was one of the kings of the Anglo-Saxon period and defeated the Vikings. The most famous story about King Alfred is the fact that he fell asleep and burnt the cakes while he was retreating for Vikings and staying in a peasant's home. So I'm going to make a fire cake, which will be sort of chocolate coffee spiced sponge with marshmallows, crushed Oreos. I'm gonna make some chocolate Oreo fudge rocks to go around, some fire, some twigs, some grass, all of that. So it should hopefully look like a sort of Anglo-Saxon fire pit with some burnt cakes in the middle. Okay, halfway through, cake is done. It is a spiced coffee, chocolate and apple cake. Then in the fridge there are some chocolate truffles which are chilling, which will be the little burnt cakes on the top. I'm just about to whiz up some Oreos. This is white chocolate and condensed milk, and that's gonna make these sort of fudge rocks which are gonna go around the outside. Then we're gonna do marshmallow filling, and then probably do some washing up later. Cool, so I'm nearly done. I am having to just do 2 layers because it is absolutely ginormous, way bigger than I expected. So spare chocolate cake going. I'm just doing a crumb coat. I've got all my different types of icing ready to go on, and these are all my rocks. And then this is my fire as well, but yeah, running out of time, so 2 layers it is.
So for my showstopper, I've decided to try and make Hogwarts. The theme is hometown, and my hometown is Alnwick, where there is a castle where Hogwarts was filmed, Harry Potter, and they filmed the first and the second films there. I remember driving to school and they're having the Quidditch posts in the castle grounds. So this is a picture of Alnwick Castle. So this is what I'm attempting to make out of cake. If we go off my past 2 bakes, it's probably not going to be perfect. These are all my ingredients ready to go. The idea is to have a normal vanilla sponge with Biscoff spread icing, and that should hopefully give the right colour for the castle. I'm going to try and put it on a Rice Krispie hill, and then I've got some ice cream cones for turrets, and the rest I'm winging. So here we go. So the cakes are in the oven, they're done. That took 20 minutes. Next I'm going to try and make the Rice Krispie mixture, marshmallow Rice Krispie mixture, to make the hill, which is going to be effectively like my cake stand. Hopefully get that done while they're cooking, and then get them out and cooled as quickly as possible. Yep. Okay, so just over an hour in. Both cakes, 3 cakes, are done out the oven. I've made my spread, which is there, which is ready for icing. These are my cakes, they're out the oven. 1, 2, and third one. Yes, I'm actually watching the Formula 1. These are my turrets that I've made out of Rice Krispie cakes with an ice cream cone on top. They're busy cooling in there. The kitchen is a mess. I've got some shortbreads in the oven, which I can probably actually take out. It's probably a good job I looked in there. There's supposed to be the front door to the castle and 2 broomsticks. Harry Potter played Quidditch. Okay, check back in soon. Okay, 2-hour time check. Kind of looks a bit like Hogwarts. It needs tidying up, and the things need added, but with an hour to go, not too bad. So that's it. That's my 3 hours up, and I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting it to look a lot worse. So here we go. This is my final piece. I mean, hopefully it'll look clearer on some pictures. But we have, it is vanilla and buttercream, vanilla sponge with Biscoff buttercream, a shortbread door, some windows that have been made from some chopped up matchsticks, the turrets made out of wafer ice cream cones, and the roof of this building is from a stroopwafel, which I didn't make, but, oh, and my turrets. So the Rice Krispie marshmallow mountain that I was gonna put my cake on, I didn't make enough, so I turned them into turrets. So these 3 turrets are Rice Krispies, which I've layered, which I'm covered in buttercream. So yeah, I mean, given my past 2 bakes, this could have been a lot worse. And the fact that it's A, standing up, B, was finished within the 3 hours, which is a miracle, and 3, potentially actually does look like Hogwarts, which is mad. So yeah, now onto the tasting.
I chose to do this cake because my dad used to do it for our birthdays, and I have a train track running through the farm back at home, so that's how it's related to hometowns, and yeah, I'm quite chuffed with it actually. So I'm just whisking my sponge mix. I put 10 eggs in here. I've never made a sponge with so many eggs, but I'm hoping it'll be light and fluffy because of that. We'll see. So cake 1's in. I forgot what time I actually put cake 1 in, so I'm gonna have to, hopefully it's cooked, I'm gonna have to look by eye. I'm making some icing at the moment, loads of it. Here you go, hang on. I'm gonna turn that green for the grass, and I was gonna keep some and make some chocolate icing for my train. Hopefully it works out. So cake 1's out of the oven, and now I'm putting cake 2 in the oven. I think cake 1 is cooked. Seems more spongier now, which is good. So I made this butter icing, but used stalk butter in, and I'm just not happy with the outcome. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to restart. I'm gonna use this butter. Yeah. And my assistant is unfortunately putting this all in the green bag to go to compost. Oops. So I'm having a bit of problem. The matchsticks are melting, so I'm just eating them off. And I'm gonna redo them when it's cooled down a bit. This isn't good. Okay, it's coming together now. I've got mini rolls as the wheels, little carriages, and a little tea cake, and I'm about to decorate the carriages and a little bit of smoke, some marshmallows I think, as the steam, we'll see.
So Becky, for Showstopper week, what are you doing?
So Showstopper week is cake week. I'm going to make a 2-tiered cake. The bottom tier is going to be a coffee sponge. Top tier is going to be, coffee and walnut. Top tier is going to be chocolate and it's going to be a beach theme because I grew up in between Portsmouth and Southampton in a little place called Stubbington, right on the beach. So it's going to have waves on the bottom, beach huts. There was a lot of kite surfers, a lot of sailors. It's going to have a kite surfer, a few sailors, and hopefully some macaroon clouds. Okay, that looks a bit browner. Skewers come out clean. You can hear it crackling. Perfect. You look good as well. 3, and then we've got the chocolate one. 4 cakes.
So what are you doing now?
So the cakes have just come out the oven. I am making, this is the icing that I'm going to turn some of it into coffee icing, some of it into vanilla icing, and I'm making, this is icing sugar and ground almonds, which I need the start of my macarons.
So 45 minutes to go. What's going on?
Oh my goodness, I've just realised that it's only 45 minutes, so I am now cutting this cake. It was a rectangle, I'm making it the 3-tier top cake. It's been in the freezer cooling for an hour. So yeah, cutting, and we'll ice this cake and do the same with the other half. I've made the decorations next door. Let's hope that works. Yeah, panic! I'm panicking. Big time.
So what's going on now?
So I'm now icing the bottom cake, putting some waves on it. I really feel like I'm about to run out of time. So a bit stressed, but just gonna keep going and see what happens.
The pressure is on with 11 minutes to go.
What? 11 minutes? I've never iced a cake this badly and fast. Okay, we're going for a sky theme.
Rustic.
Rustic. Bit of colour in it.
Final assembly.
These are Biscoff crumbs.
What are they for?
Like a sand. It's a kind of stony but a bit sandy beach by where I grew up, so
Biscoff Beach.
Biscoff Beach now. A few lumps for the stones, but there's more sand as we go on. Got 2:57, 50 seconds. Cake is complete. A sunny day in Stubbington.
Partly sunny.
Partly sunny. What are your thoughts?
So I first of all tried Sam's one, which was Hogwarts, and I thought that the Biscoff icing was delicious. I was a little surprised. I thought that was just plain icing. And then I tried Harry Styles' cake second, and I said that I wasn't a big fan of marzipan, but actually the marzipan was delicious. And then I tried the beach cake last, and I had the chocolate part of the beach cake, and it was also delicious with really nice icing on the inside. And the macaron was delicious. That was a very good skill that she added on to that.
Thanks. Made the beach cake, the Hogwarts cake, and Harry Styles. Now have a big sugar headache, but how are you feeling?
I'm going to try and stay coherent from the high glucose levels. They were all delicious. I especially liked Sam's Hogwarts because I thought that the use of the ice cream cones was really imaginative. And I thought that the lightness of the chocolate cake, was that the beach?
Yeah.
That was really tasty.
Becky's cake, the top bit was absolutely delicious. The bottom bit was quite delicious, but the top bit was better. Sam's cake was also very nice. I like the biscotti flavour. Emily's cake was probably third, but they were all very tasty. So I'd say it was like Becca's top bit, then Sam's, then Emily's.